got a lot of questions from people the time that I relocated, and I was like, okay, I'm going to film a video on this. So I'm putting out, yeah, so background story. In January 2023, my husband was fasting and he told me that God told him August 6th. I told my husband that if by the end of next year we don't relocate, let's just forget about it. Whenever it happens, it will happen. Hello, Miss. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Christiana Showumi Eyere, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to my channel. Thank you for the feedback I got in the last video. You know, it was so impressive. And today, I have tried my possible best, but my video director is not home, and I don't know, whatever this video turns out like, you people will just have to accept me like that, because I've been trying to position, trying to adjust and everything, and it's not just adjusting. But yeah, so in my last video, someone reached out to me that I didn't mention August 6th. If you missed my last video, you can always like go back and watch it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about August 6th and actually talk about the journey that brought us here. So, am I having accent now? No, I don't want to believe that. So, yeah, so background story. In January 2023, my husband was fasting and he told me that God told him August 6th. Mind you, nothing was working out at this stage. So when he said August 6th, I was like, what does August 6th mean? So it was like, maybe by August 6th. I don't know, my lightning is it standing well? I don't understand. So I was like, he told me that God told him August 6th, and I was like, okay, August 6th. Is it that August 6th is when we are going to leave the country? What's going to happen August 6th? I was like, maybe latest by August 6th we are going to leave the country, because he heard it and he was so sound in his spirit. So at that time there was nothing. Then fast forward to a few months later, I got an email that I had been admitted to study, and my admission was, I don't know if this video is a testimonial, or I don't even know. I don't know how to put it, but it was just like random applications, and my school was the only one that I eventually submitted my admission application to, and that was before our wedding. And they reached out to me around November that their class is full, you know, that they cannot admit me now. If I'm willing, they could defer my admission. And I was like, okay, defer my admission now, nothing spoiled. So they deferred my admission, and that was all. I didn't hear anything from them again, you know. And I was trying to relocate with work, so I was trying a lot of things, and it was not even working out. And mind you, I've been trying to leave the country since 2019. So when it is God's time, everything is just going to fall in place. You know, I was actively trying, and then the time when I just felt like, oh, I told my husband that if by the end of next year we don't relocate, let's just forget about it. Whenever it happens, it will happen, because we cannot put our lives on hold and all of that. So it was just like, okay, no problems. So when he now told me in January, I was like, okay, oh, no problems. So a few months later, then the admission offer came in. In fact, the admission offer did not come in first. I first got an email about being the University of the Year, everything. And then like 2 hours later, I just got the admission. At that time, my husband was even at home. I don't know. Yeah, he has resumed his job, but I think that period he has not resumed to the office. Or maybe it was a weekend, I don't know. But we were both working from home that day. And I just jumped, babe, come and see you. Like, my body was literally shaking. Like, I was jittery. I was like, babe, come and see. I just showed him. It was like, I should just calm down. Then we opened it, offer of admission. It was a conditional offer. So they said I needed to send like my WAEC certificate, WAEC scratch card code or something. I didn't know that it was a thing. If you had studied for more than 10 years, or maybe if your WAEC result was more than 10 years, then you need to provide them with a PIN to verify your WAEC result. So I called my big brother that is into admissions and everything, and I was like, please just send it to me. And he sent it to me immediately. I told him, please don't throw away the scratch card. Oh, I sent it. And that was it. Like a month, 2 months, we fasted, we prayed, we did everything that we could, and there was nothing at all from the school. So if I didn't tell you about this whole process and you feel pained that I didn't let you in upon my admission process, this was one of the reasons why I couldn't tell anybody, because it felt so sorry. And then the school just went away. And then I was trying to reach them. They'll tell me to calm down. They'll tell me to hold on. I started fasting and praying. My husband would fast and pray. At that time, we had told my sister, we had told my dad. But that was it. We didn't tell any other person like outside. And then we're just waiting on God to do it. And then the month I resigned was the month that they sent my unconditional offer. That was in May. And then it just became glaring that, oh no, we have to do this. And where do we get money? That was a very, very big something. And then, God just came through for us. I thank God for the gift of family. I thank God for the gift of loved ones, friends, support system. My sister especially and her husband in this whole process, they were so supportive. My dad, my husband, everybody were just like putting heads together. And at this point, I wasn't even working. So it just dawned on me that, there's nothing you can do. You just have to depend on people for this whole thing. And then we started trying, and then the inflation came. I think there was one policy that the Nigerian president put up, or maybe the CBN, I don't even know. And then the inflation rates came up. And every single day, because I wasn't working, I would not sleep until past 1 or 2, because I wanted to check the exchange rates for the day so that I would know how to prepare my documentation and funds for my proof of funds for my visa application process. And it went on, and we're supposed to apply since June, and we had to wait, and we were unable to apply until August. Like, it was a roller coaster. I was losing sleep, I was losing weight. My husband was begging me to just hold on, just be calm. But I was just impatient. Sometimes I'll be like, God, I trust that you're going to do it. And other times I'm like, hey, is this money so much? How are we going to do it? How are we going to go about it? And trust me, God was just coming through for us in one way or the other. And then the time came for us to apply for our visa application, and it was on August 6, 2023, that we eventually applied for our visa application. And that was the date that my husband said. The funny thing is, it was not even going to be August 6, because the date for the proof of fund period elapsed like the weekend before, and I was trying to book a date for our biometrics, and there was no date. Everything was just going. I just told my husband that, see, let's just do it today. And that was August 6. So it was at the point that we even applied that we now remember that, August 6, like since January. And this is August 6. And that was the day that we made our visa application. And I'm just sharing this for people that had asked questions about the August 6, to let them know what happened on August 6 eventually was the day that we applied for our visa application. And I'm sharing this because I'm using it to encourage people, because since 2019, I had tried relentlessly, like a lot of times, wrote exams, did courses. People that are really close to me would understand. I did courses, I wrote exams, and nothing was just working. And at the point that God decided that everything was going to work, like everything just happened so seamlessly. It didn't mean that I didn't almost give up. Yeah, I almost gave up, because the process was traumatizing for me. Like, a lot of times that I would just cry, my husband would be the one begging me and all of that. So we applied, yeah, but visa application is not sure for anyone, and the person working on your case can decide to deny your application for no reason. They'll give you a reason, but the reason might not be justified, and sometimes it might be by error. So we weren't so sure, so we didn't tell anyone until the visa was out. That was when we told people that were close to us. And from the time that the visa was out up until the time that we left, I think it was less than 2 weeks or 3 weeks, because everything was just happening like, I think it was about a week or two. I'm not even sure anymore. But I think the time frame was like 2 weeks from the date that the visa came out, the visa decision came out, to the date that we left the country. So that's how we got here. So, and throughout all the whole process, I did everything myself, from point of application for the admission up until the point of visa application, up until the point of everything for myself and my husband. I did it by myself, and I did not use any agents because I got a lot of questions from people the time that I relocated, and I was like, okay, I'm going to film a video on this. So I'm putting out this video. I might have missed some points, I don't know, but if you have any questions to ask me as regards the process that I went through, from application to visa to everything, you could just put it in the comment section below. So to everybody that supported us to this stage, to everybody that helped us, to everybody that God used to make this relocation possible, I am so grateful. I am really grateful. So if you've watched my video up to this point, thank you. Don't forget to drop your comments. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, bye.